Good afternoon. I'm never going to say in a facetious manner, make a song. That is not what I meant by that.
You know what? I would like to take up and let you know I have a new role, executive producer. We went back and we remixed this song this morning. Roberto had it the first time. I'm like, no. We could sweeten this and make it better.
Is that how you got the polka music in there?
No, the polka music was already in.
Okay, I'm just... All right, so another day of As the World Turns. And don't blame me. It ain't me making the news. I mean, Christ, I got Rico sending me things at 1 in the morning. And then I tape a pod this morning and something else happens. I mean, you just get to a point. When is enough here?
Yeah, I walked through the door and Evan was like, hey, did you see what I texted you? I was like, what, from last night? No. There's a news story.
A news story. You got a Michigan staffer getting picked up trying to pick up a 13-year-old. Oh, that's nice. That's while I was taping a podcast today. And I'm not, you can watch the video. I have no interest in it. And look, that ain't nothing to make any light of. That is as serious as it gets. All right. And I know we talk sports. Is there any vetting process at Michigan? I mean, Christ almighty. You got a computer criminal, a psychopath sign stealer, a racist, and now a pervert. That sounds like, I mean, what are we doing here? Then you throw in a felon with a gun. Then you throw in a guy who retweets anti-Semitic rhetoric.
Offensive coordinator that we still don't know.
Well, that was the computer criminal.
Oh, okay.
So I just like, I don't even know what to tell you, because what I wanted to come in and talk about, the Big Ten coaches did exactly what I said they should do yesterday. They took 90 minutes and took a nail gun to your program.
Yeah, they basically had Festivus.
They had Tony Petitti on the phone, and in the report here, a 90-minute video call with Big Ten coaches last night. Basically, according to the 5 sources familiar with the call, a chorus of voices encouraged Petitti to take action against Michigan in a call described as both intense and emotional. Quote, collectively, the coaches want the Big Ten to act right now. A source familiar with the call said, what are we waiting on? We know what happened. And then reports today, the ADs are on the phone with Petitti today. Mm-hmm. And I have bad news for you. There'll be one AD who disagrees with the tenor. It'll be yours. 13 ADs are going to be out for blood. The problem I have with the report yesterday was where Tony Petitti was unaware of the severity. To which I said to Rico, either this guy's the most dishonest scumbag on the planet or the dumbest one. Mm-hmm. If you are the new Big Ten commissioner and you, quote, are surprised by the severity, have you been living under a rock? So here's how this is going to work. If Tony Petitti whistles by the graveyard and doesn't do anything where apparently all the coaches want blood, I will presume the ADs will send a similar message. I'll presume it. Guilty as charged. You lose the coaches, you lose the ADs. Let me tell you what happens next. You lose your job. Because at that point, the school presidents are a formality. Mm-hmm. So if you're Tony Petitti, welcome to the Big Ten, you got a big issue to handle.
Because you already have the money. You already have your expansion. Your team's coming in from the Pac-12. Contracts are signed. The ink is dry. There's really no need for you if you can't handle this. Because it comes across as favoritism. That you are favoring one team over the rest. And the other 13 teams said no. And I'm quite sure they can get the other 4 joining the conference on their side as well. You can't have a commissioner who just buries his head in the sand and says, really, this is a big deal? Yes, Tony, it's a big deal. You need to step up and you need to do something. You don't have to wait for the Big Ten. You don't have to wait for the College Football Playoff Committee. You could just step in there and protect your brand because the Big Ten brand is bigger than the Block M. But right now, you're treating it the other way around.
See, what I'm trying to wrap my mind around, you know, you get the refrains from the people, and they called in yesterday, oh, it's a smear campaign, it's a witch hunt. And it's like, is it? I mean, there's no doubt the NCAA is after you. You've given them reason. Your coach lied to them. But here's the last year of Michigan football. I mean, if I just start with the Mozzie Smith thing, gun charge in the morning, gets on the plane 3 hours later. I don't know how you pick that up. Donovan Edwards retweets anti-Semitic rhetoric. You got your OC get his computer seized. You hire a racist with no vetting in Shemmy. But hey, he's the biological son. You have Harbaugh under investigation where it looks like he lied to the NCAA. You have now your sign-stealing guy in Connor Stallions. You now have
an OC.
Well, I said Matt Weiss.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Did you lose track?
Yeah, I did.
So now you have today a staffer get picked. Well, not today, but a staffer been let go. He got picked up because he's a pedophile. Trying to pick up a 13-year-old girl. Let me ask this question. Forget about Michigan State. Forget about Ohio State. Create a team in Madden. If this was the last calendar year for you, is it fair to ask how the hell is this guy still coaching? I mean, I sat here yesterday on what I deem to be a major cheating scandal, something where there's an absolute advantage. And I asked the question of, look, is that the move from the Big Ten where reasonably, if they're going to continue to play, Harbaugh can't continue to coach them? The bylaws back you. But look at what surrounds the program. What coach in America, if it's not right in our backyard and it's not a huge brand and they're a hell of a good football team, how is this guy still here? I mean, forget about Urban Meyer back in the day. One incident was enough, and I did those shows, guys. One incident was enough for him to lose his job and for you to demand it. One. How about Jim Tressel? What, Tattoo Gate?
Mm-hmm.
Tattoo Gate. Look at all the things I just listed and tell me again why you're fighting for this guy. Tell me again why he's your hero. You're the CEO of one of the most respected and profitable brands in all of college football, and you have been in the news for all the wrong reasons, 9 out of 10 stories. Now you got the cheating thing. Why? The idea they're going to sign him to an extension amidst all this is hilarious to me. They can do whatever they want. I'm not going to get upset about it.
No, it just says that they don't care. And that's when you juxtapose that or we're better than everybody, we're the leaders and best, but you're not.
No, that's a joke. I mean,
you're not. I mean, right now, you're auditioning for the new version of 30 for 30 for the U 2023.
Yeah, no, they're not going to recover from this. Oh, they'll win games. They might win the Natty. No one is going to let them off the hook. They're going to be viewed as cheaters and scumbags and derelicts. They're going to be viewed as a renegade program, which doesn't bother me, right? Kenny roots for a renegade program.
No, I mean,
it doesn't matter.
It's like I said, I liked when they did the U and then when they did the Swamp Kings, and I got a feeling that years from now we'll be talking about this calendar year at Michigan.
So the question,
it'll be a documentary.
What, if any, fallout will happen now that the coaches are imploring Petiti to act, and you would presume the ADs on their call today will do the same thing? Because there's going to be a couple ADs with a very vested interest, and before you call up and go, well, they just want what? They want a chance to go to the Big Ten.
It's a level playing field.
Yes, so of course, before they play you, they want you gone. You would do the same thing. Oh, it's a smear campaign. Is it? Is it a smear campaign that Mozzie did what he did and you did what you did? No. Is it a smear campaign when Donovan Edwards retweets anti-Semitic rhetoric?
No.
Glitch.
I forgot about the glitch.
Is it a smear campaign when your OC gets his stuff seized? Is it a smear campaign when you hire a racist? Is it a smear campaign when you're up on a cheating scandal while already under NCAA investigation? Guys.
And then now you find out you got a low-level staffer who is possibly, allegedly a pedophile.
So, and again, this is the peak of fairness. There's really not a way to prevent that. You can only act and handle it the right way. But when that is a part of all of this, the whole idea of institutional control as a CEO of a big football program, how can I say to you Harbaugh has it? How? Dueling investigations? The mystery OC? Clearly your vetting processes have got to get reworked. You got at least 3 staffers that have been problematic, to say the least.
In the last year. Not even the last year, the last 10 months.
I just want to understand. I do. I'm not yelling and screaming. I don't have it in me.
I also want to understand this as well, because we use the F word on this show, and that's fair. We like to be fair, right? Back when the situation with Urban Meyer at Ohio State was happening with his assistant coach, institutional control was a word that Michigan fans continue to use.
Oh, yeah.
He's lost institutional control. He should be fired because of it. But now everything is happening at Michigan, but Harbaugh knew nothing. Harbaugh, what about institutional control? All of a sudden now that's thrown out the window?
Well, hold on. Now, here's the other thing. Institutional control is an old school buzzword. So let me just explain. Program control, program chaos. You're under multiple See, here's the other thing, and this is the hilarity of it to me. Your school president is such a fanboy that they're actually trying to drive a contract extension through amidst all of this, as if that's going to be a shield of innocence.
Bruh, even if I wanted to do this, I'm picking up the phone after the news that Evan just showed me. We're going to put that on pause.
We just have to.
Okay.
Well, why?
Guys,
we have to.
We're going to take a 30-second time out. We're going to collect our thoughts. We're going to pick this back up after Christmas.
Yeah.
We can't do this right now.
And look, the NCAA, they're going to do what they do. I've said to you for weeks, the Big Ten would be the one who has to step up. So I just want to know where you're at with it. Oh, the Wolves are circling. They are. There's blood in the water. I don't know if you're aware of this, guys. Nobody likes you. All those years of talking down to people, all those years of being really the most hated fan base in college football, guys, I'm sorry. Nobody really likes you. So don't be shocked when they're doing what they're doing.
When the other 13 galvanize and say, yeah, they form their own little Voltron.
But what they did, we know factually now, has impacted at least 12 of the 13 other schools because they haven't played Northwestern in a couple of years.
Correct.
I mean, it's just, they have a right to be upset. Now the ADs are going to take the stage today with Petitti on what will probably be another 90 to 2 hour call.
Because the ADs have already had their coaches pretty much say, you better reinforce what I said, okay? Let them know how angry we are. Don't go in there with that whole, well, maybe we could work something out. No.
And look, there's right, there's real. We're not Babe in the Woods. I understand the money that's on the line. I understand, and I've told you from the beginning, I didn't think the NCAA would be able to do anything in time. But every day it's something. And now I just get to a point where I go, are you better off without Harbaugh? I mean, a fish rots from the head. Are you just better off? Is that the peace offering? The CEO's gone. You keep playing. Team 178 or whatever they are tries to win it all. And if the NCAA does what they does in the post-haste, fine. But if the blood's in the water, do you make an offering here?
No, it is, but it reminds me of what you and a caller talked about a few days ago. I forgot the technical name. No, not that. When basically you sit outside of a club for an hour to
sunk costs.
Yeah, sunk costs. That's where you are. It took you forever. And remember how hard it was to get him to leave the NFL to come here. Then things didn't go well at first, but you stuck by him. And now it seems the payoff is just right there. I don't think you can bail on him.
Because I don't know if they should. I'm asking the question. I don't know the answers. I'm not doing this as Gruff Sparty. I don't know. I have said if it was my school, I would just try to put my head in the sand and play. Now, as a radio host, no, I'd rip my school's ass. I'm not compromised. I don't have friends there.
Right, but the problem is you could bury your head in the sand, but now the sand is being blown away, and it's just you bent over.
Ass to the sky, and we're about to get hit by a car. I don't know. Let's talk to the people. 248-539-9797. You got the coaches ripping your ass in a call last night. You got the ADs who are likely going to do the same today. Got to wait for Tony Petitti. And then, yes, you had a staffer picked up for attempting to pick up a 13-year-old, which is absolutely just disgusting and satanic behavior.
Yeah, let's go move on from that.
Yeah, no, because again, it's a separate issue. But when you look
collectively,
at
yes,
just the totality of how many hits are you going to take before you yourself do something?
And all of these things within a calendar year. It's not like, oh, this happened over 10 years. Nope, 365 days.